Hey folks, Matt from Art of the Image. We have another lens kit to put together, the Canon 60D Wedding Photojournalism Lens Kit. I threw in photojournalism there because wedding and photojournalism is almost the same kit. You're going to put together pretty much the same kit. So this is good for any of the DX Canon DSLRs, the 600D, the 550D, the 7D, any of the crop sensor cameras that aren't full frame. So basically, I'm going to start off with the Sigma 17 to 50 millimeter f2.8, the OS version. It's the newest Sigma, the sharpest, the best performing 17 to 50. I love it. You've got the image stabilization, you got a tack sharp lens, and a really good price, good warranty, etc. If you want to go with the Canon 17 to 55 IS, just beware of the quality control issues. I've had a lot of feedback on the IS motor having problems on this lens, so you might want to just be concerned with that. If it's not a concern for you, then by all means, when that lens performs well, it is a very sharp lens and very good. So either the Sigma 17 to 50 2.8 or the Canon 17 to 55 2.8, both the IS versions, the Sigma OS or the Canon IS, image stabilized, optical stabilized. Next up, we're going to have an 85 millimeter. Basically for wedding and photojournalism work, you can shoot entirely with these two lenses. Get the 17 to 50 or the 17 to 55 2.8, the image stabilized one, and an 85 millimeter, and you're good to go. Perfect for wedding work. You've got as wide as you need to go. You've got a nice standard zoom there, and the 85, either the Canon 85 f1.8 or the Sigma 85 f1.4 is going to be an excellent choice for you. If you really want to spend the big bucks, there is the Canon 85 f1.2L, but it's a lot more money. But basically, those two lenses, you can cover a wedding or photojournalism shoot very, very well without issue. Very, very good. If you want to add some more primes, you certainly can. It's always nice to have some fast primes. They're small and unobtrusive. The Canon 50mm f1.8 is a no-brainer. Sharp, small, lightweight, excellent lens. Canon 35mm f2, again, small, well-priced, excellent lens, sharp. And the Canon 28 f1.8, not quite as sharp, but gives you all the way to 28, and it's an f1.8, and it's very good for weddings and PJ work. And the also has an option, the Sigma 30mm f1.4. Again, very fast, quite wide at 30 millimeters, and good for PJ work or wedding work as well. Now, the last lens that you can add is a long zoom. I've, for most of my weddings, stopped carrying a long 70 to 200 for weight and the fact that I really don't need it with an 85 millimeter because the 85 is faster, smaller, less weight, and less money for that matter. But I have the Sigma 70 to 200 f2.8 OS, the new one. So that's the image stabilized Sigma 70 to 200 f2.8. Very sharp, very good lens. You can go with the Canon 70 to 200 millimeter, either the f2.8L IS or the non-IS or the f4L IS or non-IS. The f4 is excellent, very sharp, sharper than the 2.8 and smaller and lighter. And then it's just a question of price if you want the IS or the non-IS. The f2.8, a little bit faster but heavier and more expensive. Again, do you want the IS or the non-IS? For wedding work, the image stabilization, the OS, the IS is very, very helpful because you're working quickly, you're on your feet. You don't necessarily want to be restricted with monopods and tripods, especially for a lot of the PJ end of it where you're doing the photojournalistic look where you're covering the ceremony and the reception, you're walking around, you're not really wanting a cumbersome tripod or monopod with you. So again, you can do everything you need with the main zoom, a Sigma 17 to 50 OS or the Canon 17 to 55 IS and the Canon 85 1.8 or the Sigma 85 f1.4. Those two lenses, having the main zoom and the prime 85, can cover your whole wedding and your PJ work wonderfully. The 85 gives you long enough on the crop sensor. It's around, just doing the math in my head, but for Canon it's 1.6. So 1.6 times 85, I believe it works out to around 130 millimeters, give or take a bit. So a nice long reach there. Very fast at f1.8 or f1.4 with the Sigma, and then your main zoom there, the 1750 f2.8 OS Sigma or the Canon 17 to 55 f2.8 IS. is going to give you a nice range to cover everything, and it's an f2.8. It's fast, it's a great lens, and sharp. So then it's just a question of, do you want to add the extra primes, which is always helpful, and do you want to add the long zoom? Again, I can't stress enough that you can do a wonderful job with just the two lenses, the 17-50 or 17-55 and the 85mm, whichever one you choose. Anyways, folks, thanks for tuning in. There's my rundown on a wedding photojournalism kit for the 60D and all the other Canon crop sensor cameras. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon with some more video posts, some more articles, and we'll keep you up to date with what's going on in the world of photography. Thanks.